Hey guys, welcome back to JC Quadcopters, and this is my review of the JJRC H8 Mini. It's also known as the eSheen H8. This quadcopter is a strange quadcopter. It's got me up and down a bit. Like, the yaw rate on this, as you've probably seen on other videos, is crazy fast. It just rotates on high rates really fast. But that means it's not really easy to fly, especially indoors. It's a very hard indoor flyer. And then with this transmitter, you only get around 30 meters range. So outdoor flying isn't great since the range isn't great with this transmitter. But to solve that solution, you can actually use the Bayang Toys X9 aircraft transmitter. It's also the X7 aircraft. So here's the X7, here's the X9. So that, and then you get around 150 meter range. So great range of this transmitter. So I definitely recommend, if you have one, fly it with this transmitter. Anyway, we'll go into what you get in the box now. In this little bag here, you get charging cable. Sorry, just focus that. Charging cable, a screwdriver, only 2 spare props, which is very disappointing for mine. I know it's advertised as the world's cheapest quadcopter at only around $16, but only 2 spare props. But then you also get 4 little rubber landing feet. Here's one of them. I've only got 3 in there because I actually lost one because they didn't stick on mine very well. So whenever I landed, they just came off. So they go on there. But I reckon they're pretty useless. I reckon they should have just put 2 more spare props in there just so you have a full spare pair of props. Spare set of props, sorry, that's the word. And yeah, so that was a bit disappointing for mine. I don't know why they put those landing feet in. It is pretty cool, but yeah, spare props are much more useful. It comes with a user manual, and the English is actually not bad in this. It's half Chinese and half English. 6 pages of English, 6 of Chinese, and yeah, you get fairly good information in this. So that was a little bit surprising, since I just didn't think it was going to be good, the English in here. Here's the transmitter, the Nano. It's the classic Nano transmitter, a little bit like the Cheerson CX10 one, on and off, sliding on and off. So that's terribly focused. Sorry, my autofocus isn't working. It binds automatically as well, so that's nice. You don't have to manually bind it. It has a little screw holding the screw cap in, but I believe it's 2 AA batteries to power it. So I had that in my notes, and yeah, so that's pretty much it. Oh, I'll tell you what, you probably noticed there's no shoulder buttons because they're embedded in here, so I'll tell you how to use it. This one is for headless mode / auto return. So when you press it, it should keep beeping. No. Anyway, when it's supposed to keep beeping when you press it, and then that's auto return, and then when you push the stick to any side, yeah, that's headless mode. So headless mode turns over on after you push the stick. The first one's auto return, so it'll just fly backwards. That's what auto returning is on this aircraft, so that's annoying. So it only flies backwards, so it's not really a good feature. I don't really like headless mode or auto return. For beginners, headless mode is, say if you have your quadcopter this way and you're flying from here, if you turn headless mode on, that will always be forward. So whenever you put a stick input forward, that'll always be forward. Even if you change your yaw and say the quadcopter's facing that way, forward will still be that way, so it'll still fly like that. And even it's like that. But usually, what the quadcopter will do, say if you're like flying like that and you fly forward, it'll fly this way because that's the front of the quadcopter. Anyway, it's a bit hard to get used to. It's probably a good design, a good feature for beginners just to get used to the quad, but they shouldn't learn like that. It's not a great way of learning. It comes with a 150 mAh battery. It's rechargeable, so it's nice. It's removable. You can buy spare batteries and stuff. The LEDs are, I'll just get them up. So the LEDs are just little panels. They're pretty bright LEDs, but in the black version they don't really shine through very well. It's not a night flyer, the black version, but I've seen a couple of reviews on the white version, and that looks like a night flyer. Looks a lot like it. Sorry, it glows up the whole body. So yeah, the black version is not a night flyer for me. I don't have the white version. Sorry, it's a bit stuck sometimes. So we'll go a bit of the flight characteristics. The amazing yaw rate, which is very advertised, is too fast for my liking with this transmitter, since there's only 2 rates. Oh, to change rates, by the way, is this button. Actually, no, that's flips, and this is rates here. So yeah, so that's first rate, that's second rate. I'm pretty sure yeah, that's right. Just check my notes there. And yeah, so the yaw rate's really unflyable, but you can, since it is proportional yaw, so that means that like you can do a little bit and it'll a little bit of input, and it'll only go for a little bit of it'll only go a little bit. If you go full, it'll like twist really fast, you know what I mean? Kind of. So yeah, it's proportional, so that's nice. You don't have to go full yaw rate all the time. You can match the yaw to the pitch, but yeah, so the yaw rate's, it's hard to get used to for beginners, so this is definitely not a beginner flyer, and I don't recommend this for beginners, but for an like intermediate to advanced flyer, it's definitely cool to have a yaw rate this fast to fly with, and it's really good range with this transmitter. So if you have one of these, one of the Bang Toys X7 transmitters, it's really fun to fly, and I definitely recommend it for intermediate to advanced flyers. Now you'll check out my indoor flight review of the H8 Mini. What's up guys, welcome to the indoor flight of the JJRC H8 Mini, also known as the Eachine H8, I believe. So here it is. Sorry, this is quite a small quad, so I'll try and get it in close so you can see it well. So yeah, pretty fast pitch. I think this is on the first rate. Yeah, it is. So that's first rate. I'll actually switch it over halfway and fly with the Bang Toys X9, also the X7 controller, and I'll show you what that extra rate does. Really good extra rate. It's the first rate. I'm pretty sure it's a 25%, not a 50. I think these are 50% and 100%. Really nice first rate. So here's the amazing yaw I was going on about. You've probably seen in other videos. The yaw rate is incredible. I'll try and get it up close so you can see. It is controllable though. I'll show a little bit later. Hopefully you can see that. Just incredible yaw. And then high rates. That's just insane. Oh, sorry, you can't see that. Can you see that? Yep. No. It's very hard to control. Oh my goodness me. Yeah, that is just amazing. And then if I put some pitch into it, it just goes insane. Usually when I do that though, it stuffs up the trim a bit, and I just need to trim it out like I've trimmed it out now. So fun. And for the $15 or whatever it is, it's probably, price is probably changing a fair bit. It's just, I can't recommend it enough for beginner. I mean, medium to advanced flyers, not a beginner flyer, especially with this transmitter. But if you have the X7/X9 transmitter, definitely that first rate really good for beginners. Do some flips now. Really nice tight flips. They're really nice. I don't really like these prop guards though, because they usually get in the way with the props, so... Whoopsie. What are you doing? Oh, I think my cord's hitting the blade. That's right. So, what I was going on about, prop guard, that's right. So, it hits the blade and then it can't spin, so I've just bent them down a lot, and they work pretty good now. So this is high rates pitch. Pretty fast. Except yours is very hard to control. But it is possible. See that? Went out of control a little bit. Just gotta... That's the funny thing about this, it is possible. It's hitting something, but You hear that? That's hitting the prop guard, making that funny noise. So really annoying. So on high rates here, I'll try to do some controlled yaw rate. Yaw rate is a rotating rate, by the way, and pitch is the tilting rate. So, ooh, terrible sound. That's alright. Keep playing. So, yeah. So I can do. Whoa. I was going to say I can do funnels then, even on high rates, but I just stuffed it up. So I tried some funnels with some. It's pretty hard with this transmitter. Anyway, I'll move on to the Banging Toys X7/X9 transmitter, and I'll show you an indoor flight of that. Okay, so I've got the X9 transmitter here, /X7. It's the same thing. So this is the first rate. The first rate pitch isn't great, but then that yaw rate is much more flyable, manageable. So that's really good. I like that, especially for beginners. I think it really helps you, because when my friends want to fly this or something, I can't really give it to them with the nano transmitter, the normal transmitter it comes with, because the yaw rate's unflyable and it's a bit fast on the pitch anyway for beginners. But yeah, this is really nice. This first rate on the on this transmitter. So there's the pitch. Ooh. Well, they usually just hit the, if they hit something, they'll just hit the prop. I'll do a little durability test. Sorry, this is probably a bit far away. Yeah. Pretty much sums it up. I'll try to get it out of there. There you go. Anyway, so I've still got those awesome first rates, which are really fun, sporty rates. So that's the second rate, and then this crazy third rate, which just does not like to work for me. Accelerometers are a bit stuck at the moment. So yeah, still got this insane yaw on the third rate. See, it just goes insane. There we go. Look at that. That's the fastest yaw rate I've seen by a mile. And thanks for watching, and please subscribe.